there going up against Heroic, who looked fantastic throughout all of that game. Let's get into game number 2 here, as we have, to be fair, a very nice playing path to start.
A very similar playing path too, but this time around a little further north side on the southern tip. Last year was over Los Hijos, now it's over Valdemar. You go, Toby, what's the big difference? I mean, doesn't really ain't a lot. But when we see a circle one, like we did in the previous game, that's where that 1 kilometer difference plays a massive factor. Because we saw how many teams the previous game came into, like, from the east. And when you then follow that by the west hard shift on phase 2, I mean, Navi were playing like phase 8 PUBG in phase 2, right? Liquid slaughtered on the hillside as if it was the final battle of their life. And that happened 10 minutes into the game. So, again, it's the really small margins sometimes that just play the massive, massive impact.
Yeah, it's a proper rough circle for a lot of teams.
Yes.
And we said it at the beginning of that game. We've seen those circles quite commonly in the Super Weekend for all of these teams to try and find themselves positions. Team Liquid was a victim of that for quite a lot of games. And it kind of falls victim here once again. Na'Vi, I feel like of all the teams, oh my days.
So let's see what's going to happen when we give. Let's see what happens when we give the players 1 kilometer more northern side tip. Because already now, if we were to take a freeze frame of this right here and the previous game, you can see the difference. We already have Stardust up there. I mean, we have teams that are in a much better position to make that initial wrap on in than what we did in the previous game. I want to see.
They'll have line of sight against this, and they'll just take shots at them because DA pitched up right in between them.
And look at
now
this positioning.
Oy.
Look at how they're sat, 2 on either side. Issue is there are trouble coming for them. The 2 up-close players are not doing enough damage. The Northern Lights players in Batulins and Spiro from afar need to help out, and they ain't there to help. I mean, DA is so much closer to take this fight, to fortify this position.
I think there was a big problem for Northern Lights in the 2 split in the south because BBL, they heard the cars moving up, so they felt pressured to potentially take this fight and stop it. But now everyone is just knocked. If he wanted to, he could run over 3 people and just have a field day with this.
Batulins trying to recover anything from this, but even the knocks they had from early are getting taken away by BBL, and you can almost hear him cry, guys. It's all buried back to his vehicle, because as you can see here, everyone are going to be making their way on over. And honestly, question mark, if they can get this rotation going fast enough, you do see AG shooting, but if they can do the wrap around the north side hill, they have a very, very good angle to approach this one from, but they're wrapping south now?
I don't know. I think they'll still maybe try and take that northern. The funny thing is, though, is Northern Lights is trying to do it as well. They could be caught in the crossfire and go out here in 16th if they're not careful, because they will be caught in the midst of all of this, as we already have question mark firing down come in as south as they can. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Honestly, pick 1 or 2 first states up, and that's you healing through all of that. So it's not like they're in a big... and also, looking where they're coming, because I'm expecting them to go over jump guard all the way. Like, they're going to come in all the ways. The only bad thing that could happen, because they are going to be slow, is if this next circle hard 6 back west.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to be in a bad.
No, you're right. They have to go far east as Gaxi goes into the trade here against Batulins. Not too bad. And it's been a bit of a disaster game here, really, for Northern Lights.
There's Batulin's bike.
Stolen, you mean? Taken away.
It really was. And, well, for Polish Power...
Auction.
The buying yourself some time smoke from Mixi there is all that needed in order to get up there. Let's throw the smoke, block the vision. They won't push through it, at least we don't expect them to. So let's just sit tight and wait for our 4th man to be back with us. Yes, we lose 1 compound that's better centered in the circle, but we are all 4 here now. And that actually forces BBL to leave. They heard the car pull up, they then though. Maybe they weren't full team before, now they're pretty much guaranteed to be.
Yeah, shots coming in from them, but actually the bailout onto the compound that they've chosen is not too bad.
This is a smart wrap. They heard the car coming in, they go, there's only so many places that car could come from. Now they go take what they had before. Vard can see that his previous house now has new owners, and as we said, I mean, they don't have to take the fight here, as long as they just play safe inside the building.
And Entropic stuck between a rock and a hot place here at the moment, as Ents has been very instrumental about their demise here in this. And another nade comes in from Nuki. A great connection. But again, in this kind of barn location, there's only so many places they can be. And these walls are not full walls. Small little gaps below them mean that sprays can come in here from smart angles and take them out quickly.
Not gonna lie, I'm loving the changes in the staples here. makes for much better close quarter fighting experience. The smoke is there. Ivar's able to dodge and weave his way out of it. Still alive, but for how long? Polish Power here, Ents are here too, and Ents is well aware that a third team has just joined in here. They need to deal with the Snake before having to take a fight to the 4-man team.
A problem exists in Heroic as well. They're actually getting some knocks on. Beamy, of course, with a Karnite here, is able to get one from a distance. And Page is also going to be onlooking as this goes. I mean, if you're in this compound, as these now 3 teams, if you include Ivers as a whole team here, which you could, to be in theory, it's likely going to shift away from here. And then Heroic potentially has a good angle to be able to eventually clean up what comes out from there. So it's got to be scary for these teams.
Sure, you want to get it over and done with, because every single second that you spend trying to look at what's around the next wall is time you could have been spending scouting forward, seeing where to go, now that the circle just shifted away from you.
Yeah. Page, actually, to be fair though, Heroic still has moves required, given this circle now.
Oh yeah.
Bystanders in a nice spot.
Now he gets solo.
SKADE probably wants to get together at this point.
Yes, I mean, honestly, the Naric's compound is looking really good right now, but he just can't fortify it on his own. You gotta regroup with your buddies. You see now, here comes the push finally. And Trouble does have a nade, which you would have hoped to see him throw at that point, but peeks out. Doesn't get an example though. Is there a good angle from the side?
It's going to be difficult for the Polish Power to really move from there, as Team Liquid now taking the fight to BBL. A very, well, in terms of previous rivalries, some of these members always constantly fighting one another on rotations in. And Northern Lights does go out during all of that. It was going to be, it's almost a foregone conclusion that we're going out early in this game. But Fenderloss now peeks around. He did see him on the peak, goes for the spray, tries to go for maybe a second. No, will not get anything though. James will go down for a 1-for-1.
Once again, these splits coming through. Mexi far away from his team. Has just one left alive, and there he falls. Mexi, now all that's left for Team Liquid. He wanted to stay behind. He wanted to get the info, but the info is not worth the amount of damage he could have done had he been up close.
At the same time, though, BBL's not fully aware, or wasn't fully aware, of the angle Mexi's taken, because it's an off angle that you wouldn't normally take in the blue at this moment in the game.
Yeah. BBL will be taken out. Squeak does accidentally knock Nuki, so there might be a play for Mexi to me. Having said that, if you pull up on this compound now, you're
tough. For a Polish Power on the east side, it's a Polish whimper. Not much going on for that. Mexi manages to get in. Will he be able to get anything from this? That's a nice nade.
That's on point.
And you're gone.
Yeah. Had to happen. Liquid opted to go for the 3-1 with the eye in the sky, but unfortunately, it does not work out the way they would have wanted it to. 10 kills for Ents. They are down to 2, and they're still outside of placement point. They probably want to make a play down towards the Bystanders compound, and they need Na'Vi to be done and away with before they can go about doing that. Ents, I mean, is this the final rotation? Yes, indeed, it is. Heroic, the gatekeepers, stand strong. First 2 kills of the game. They're not in a hurry to move, but should we shift away from the hillsides for FaZe, then you're looking much better to play those fields. Issue is the game didn't want it that way, so let's play King of the Hill.
Any of you guys struggling? You know, get out of here. Just get out.
So also that every compound has their kryptonite. In this case, it's 1 nade.
Yes, every one shed has their kryptonite, and it's 1 nade. I am scared for them, but I mean, they can live for a while.
This headshot coming in from Rikes is exactly what Critics needs. They need some sort of play on forward. They need that Gustav-style play in a situation that's pretty much unwinnable. They needed the knock now. They found it. They didn't push fast enough to get the confirm. Where's the aggression? Where's the play for the kills? There's only one way you can move into this, and that's by taking out FaZe.
Yeah, but why are we flashing if we're not pushing in on this angle? Like, I get that you want to slow them down, but Fex is up now. He's on 1 HP. You've got an AUG against him, and he is blind currently.
And Dickory aimed there. So this is playing out in the favor of FaZeland massively. Now Gustav again able to find the re-knock. You have to get the committed push. Dickory, no way he can help. He's fighting an entire team. There comes Gaxio. The top finds Fex to begin with. Second knock ain't there to follow though. Peeks up, peeks alone. 80's there. 80 finds 2.
It's 80.
Just 2 players left. Blue Star and Rikes trying to make a play here. They need to deal with FaZe Clan, but there is a player in 80 making that incredibly hard.
Oh, Blue Star with the flushes as well. Before anything else, getting those flushes obviously denies a little bit of information to 80 while this push is going on, but 80 ain't going to be liking that. He's going to peek over, sees Blue Star, takes the revenge, takes him down, and now just one more for this as Rikes is in the distance. over another. Oh, looking for the flushes as well.
This is criminal. Goes over to the grid. He had 7 spare bullets, and because they were playing it too slow, now SKADE has opted or managed to make the play up on the hillside. They were sitting, they were waiting until they were going to be absolutely forced to leave that gas station. But Credex didn't dare to make the aggressive play when they had to. That's why they're getting punished. And what could have been Credex in a perfect position to hold out SKADE is now damage done both ways for FaZe, and Credex and neither of them will come up victorious from here.
No, indeed. While that was going on, Heroic did perish. It was going to be a hard transition for them, of course it was, while this was all going down. Another flush, again, just take them down. That neither team is probably, well, I was about to say neither team's out. So they knew the threat was there, so they just instantly spot it and take at least one down. So
does AC peek here for info? He might. There's one spot.
No
yes,
way.
So
fortunately, you've got to rely on just the kill feed information while this is going on, as well as some team tendencies, but that's a bit more skilled. Little flash comes in. Nope, you will be wiped out. It's not easy to really cover one other guy up here. They had him in their vision. So SKADE has a potential to claim this and work from the high ground.
They want to get that high ground too. Spots one, caught with a flash in hand. Easy peasy. Pixel does get flashed, but for a moment, as they can now take full high ground control. As I say that, they're starting to sprint back down again. Ain't nobody want to sit up there when you can take the fight up close.
Yeah, don't mind the angle that they're taking here. Covers them from the east side completely, as Apocalypse will bring the hurt here to bystanders. Bystanders were really bystanders in this game for a long time. They were sitting in a compound trying to make something happen. Having to move into this circle across an open, barren field has left them in ruin.
How many times have we talked about the comfort of the walls? Getting to sit down there and play it safe? Well, it comes to bite you if you don't move out when you have to. And bystanders for sure didn't. Moving out slow, thinking they would go unnoticed, but everyone was there, ready and waiting for them, and bystanders go out and forth.
Question mark on a rampage here on the east side of this circle, and unless Stardust can have anything to say about this, it will end up boiling down to a 4v4 here between these. The one issue for question mark though is that SKADE's going to have better, more diverse angles against this, as the M249 starts ringing from the high ground.
I love the fact that Pixel kind of fell back on that one. They get the one knock that they need, they back off instantly, they say, we need this high ground. If we allow for question mark to wrap over the north side of this, that is us completely doomed. Exactly. So sending Pixel up early, even though it's outside what is the next circle, get him up there early, take control, make sure, have him prone really up close. Whenever they peek over, you come out of nowhere, spot one, finds one. No, actually, he doesn't even. Now he gets the one to find him.
Yeah, 1-for-1 overall, though, there. Hobbits actually finishes off Pixel to start things. I don't know. Oh, the nade. The problem is if you try and go for the pickup, yeah, he's going to carry him away. You know exactly where it's going to be if he tries for that. As he continues on here, Novik actually opens it with another AUG, and Xiong on the off angle with the AK. That's going to make it extremely difficult for Vaultless to do anything else. Tries to peek over, goes for the trade, finds himself Novik as well. Will he find any more as he's looking to the left-hand side? Finishes it off, denying a little bit of information. But he's going to be trapped here. SKADE should not give 2 1v1s. Both wrap same time if you can.
There you go.
Blind.
Blind.
So blind.
Get this match on eye, Doctor. He needs it.
He stared into the sun, and he is done. SKADE will melt the competition here and is able to take game number 2 here.